If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode on Alto Call MAFS. I'm your host, Tane, here to talk about Love is Blind Germany Season 2. And with me is my Love is Blind co-host, Brian from Mass Virgin. Hi, Brian. How are you?
What up? I'm good. I'm enjoying the season so far.
Yes, it's been a pleasant surprise. I don't think I covered Season 1, but I did watch it. And I think my thoughts on Germany was just everyone seems unhappy. They don't want to be here. It's a chore and it's just not fun as a viewer to watch. And I don't know if they took notes, but we got some German tune-up here because Season 2 was quite entertaining.
Yeah, it's been a lot better. My beef with the first season, the drama didn't ever materialize. We saw couples break up before they got to the altar and it was all very orderly. It was just yeah, no, this isn't working for me. Yeah, it's not working for me either. We should probably just break up. And I'm like, well, that's not, no, I want to watch a fight, somebody cry, somebody freak out over burrito, do something. They didn't have any of that going on.
Yeah. Before we dive into Love is Blind, though, let's go back to our original show. Married at First Sight. How are we feeling about all the experts being out? If you were under a rock and don't know, there was an announcement on Variety this week telling us that all of the experts are out. I expected that, but not Pascal. I think that's the shocker for me. But how are you feeling about it?
Well, I'm unsettled. I don't really know where this is going to go. So I understand getting rid of the experts. It's a new network. You want to have your own, stamp on things. I think about it when you fire your football coach, you don't keep all the coordinators. You get a whole new staff that comes in. So I get that. My thing is, I would have kept Pia. Pia was working her ass off last season, and she's the one that I think does the best job right now. But you can't fire the other two and just keep Pia. That would look worse.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do because in my mind, if you're going to announce the firing of the experts, you also announce, and here's who's going to replace them. So I'm wondering if we're going to get new experts or if they're just going to say, fuck the experts altogether. We're just going to do it, Love is Blind style and just have them out on their own, doing their own thing. We'll have production cast people. We don't need to have that part as part of the show. We'll just jump right in with they're getting married. I really don't know. So I need to know kind of what their plan is. Ideally, they would get experts that are in their 30s and 40s that are closer to age of the people that are in the cast. Because there's times that I would watch Pepper and it reminded me of my mom saying, oh, if you need a job, just walk door to door, giving your resume out. Somebody will give you a job. I'm like, yeah, that worked in 19 Dickety too, but it's not a thing that happens anymore. So I feel like a lot of their advice was a little bit outdated. Yeah. And I would like to have somebody that's closer in age to the couples to give them maybe some more relevant advice.
I think I'm of two minds in this, in the case that it's nostalgia maybe. It's just when you're used to something and they've been there, but I know that I have shat on them sometimes where it's what are we doing here? What is going on here? So it's basically more mourning the end of an era. I think that's what it is. But we don't know. And I'm with you in that because we don't know what the path forward is. I don't know how to feel. Are we getting new experts? Is it experts, people that we know? Is it going to be more sensationalized, which is what I'm thinking it's going to be?
Yeah.
leaning heavy into the drama. And, if we are going into the Australia type situation where the
Yeah.
marriages are not even legal and the stakes, there are no stakes at this point.
Yeah.
I can do whatever
Lots
I
of
want.
group stuff.
Yeah.
I don't
and
want that.
and just the fact that we were like, "Oh, I've seen you before," and we're doing stunt casting now. So it's
Yep.
either the experts are like, "Yeah, I don't want to be part of it," because the experts have their issues, right? But I never doubted that they cared. I think it was
No.
just being stuck between it is a TV show, but we actually want these people to succeed. So I really hope they do not go without the experts because that is a shit show.
Yeah.
Really.
Really, I mean, if I am like fantasy casting this, I would get three people who have gone through maths and have been together for years and like have a family and shit now. Because if we're not gonna have the experts really doing expert stuff most of the time, we don't really see them doing like heavy counseling most of the time. It's just kind of, come on, you could work through this. Then
Yeah.
okay, get people that we like from past seasons that are still together, not Doug and Jamie, but like, more recent seasons. I mean, I just saw there's cute videos from Thomas and Camille all the time, right? So
Yeah.
you can have people who have been through this who can give you advice from that perspective, as opposed to I'm a, licensed marriage and family expert counselor or whatever.
But they're so green, Thomas and Camille.
I
I
wouldn't pick
think
them, but yeah,
I half agree with you. I think if they were going to have a panel of experts, maybe one of the experts is someone that's been through before, or
sure.
something I'd said with one of the guests is just have rotating people who it worked for come in
Hmm.
every now and then to meet with them. They do that on The
That would work
Bachelor
too.
sometimes, where it's like former bachelors come in or bachelorettes and be like, "Oh, I know what you went through. This is what I went through," and all that. Have them as a consulting one, or like I said, have them on the honeymoon. You can all
Hmm.
that's the foundation. That's where they really need them. No one
Yeah,
understands this more than them. So if the experts can't be there for that long, I'm sure the couples would take a paid vacation and just be out there with
sure.
them and give them some kind of consultation. But funny enough, when you said that, the first person that came to mind was like Woody and Amanda,
Yeah,
and then Anthony and Ashley. Those were the first two
yeah,
that really
yeah.
came to mind on there. But I don't know. We'll see where this goes. But I am a little worried. I think I just need to have a mind shift on what this show is. It may be for the
Hmm.
better. Who knows? It's just that we don't know what
Yeah.
direction it is. But the fact that they announced this, I think I had a listener send me something. I think it was Giovanni actually, and saying like the experts must have known, and they had to promote the whole season 19,
Oh,
knowing
that's
that they're
rough.
out. And you
Yeah.
have to still speak in present tense and all that. And Pascal was just on AD's podcast. And then at the end, when she was like, "Oh, where are you moving forward? What do you have coming up next?" And he's like, "Oh, we're out." And I'm like, "AD, you knew that. That's why he's on your
Unemployment is what I have next.
podcast." For that. So I'm just really curious to see what it is. So I'm mourn the end of an era, but I am curious to see where that goes. And I'm hoping it means sooner rather than later we get an announcement for a new season, and also hoping that it is after Love is Blind. I don't want them concurrent
Yeah, I
at
can't
the
do both at
same
the same
time
time.
because too much
Yeah.
guys. So okay. A little housekeeping. Patreon.com/autocallmafs. I'm having a sale all month. You can get ad-free episodes, you can get bonus episodes, you can get bonus early, sometimes with video. And most recently, A joined me to discuss the cult of the housewife, the money grab for Mary Cosby from Salt Lake City, but there are some allegations on there that I don't think she's beating anytime. But we discuss it all. We discuss religion, and it's like, what is the difference between organized religion and a cult? So we talk about it all on the Patreon. And like I said, I am running a sale all month long. And if you are using Apple, do not buy directly from the app because they are charging humongous fees on top. Do it on desktop if you're going that way. And a reminder that we are going to be covering Love is Blind USA just in time for Valentine's Day, February 11th. It is debuting. Just prepare yourself that it's a shit show so that if it is good, then we have a pleasant surprise on our hands. But it is coming, and it is in Seattle. Is it Seattle? No, it's not. I don't know what city it
Where
is.
is it in Texas somewhere? Did I imagine that?
No, it can't be Texas. Oh, that's so
Oh
crazy.
shit.
Seattle is Maps, I believe, because that's Dr. Pepper's
Yeah.
um city. But I just went Why did I go blank on what city?
We're going back to Minneapolis.
um, it is. Oh, that's crazy. And they've talked about it so much that you would think that I would know. Okay, all right. I will do a Google as we're talking on where it is. But are you excited for it? Or are you kind of over Love is Blind?
I'm always excited for it. I
Okay.
shouldn't be. It very rarely is as good as I want it to be, but like I like it. I'm apprehensive because the pods have not been lately what they were when the show first started, I feel like.
Hmm.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to hope that there's, a couple disasters and maybe one couple that I like.
Okay. Well, Google tells me that there hasn't been an official announcement of the city, but the
Hmm.
rumor is that it's Boston. So,
Oh boy. Okay.
yeah. Oh boy, indeed.
Okay. Accents.
Okay. Let us get into Love is Blind Germany. First thoughts, Brian.
um, I mean, my very first thought, and this is dumb, my first thought is I appreciate looking at the people on this cast because I always felt underdressed watching the Italy couples. I'm just like, y'all are dressed way better than I ever am to sit on a couch. There are dudes in sweats, there are dudes in tank tops. Like, I think, Loan, I think, wore pajamas at one point. I'm like, okay,
Lingerie, honestly, because I was like, they
right.
plan it, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, this feels more comfortable for me. Turns out I'm more of a cozy German boy than I thought. So that was my first thought. I'm enjoying it though. I think it's good so far.
Yeah, I am. I'm like you said, top of the episode. I am enjoying this. I like the diversity that is on there.
Yeah.
Always appreciate that. We have a good mix of the people who seem for now to be genuinely looking for love. We have the fuck boys. We have the triangles. So happy for you,
Hmm.
Brian. Your
That's right.
triangles are there. And I
Gonna
didn't
rom
say
this.
I didn't say this at the top of the episode, but we didn't realize that they were dropping 8 episodes at once. Ain't
Yeah, how
nobody
dare
got
they?
time for that. The premiere date, January 8th, was a lot. There was a lot going on that day. There was a lot to watch. It
Hmm.
was just a lot. So we're gonna break it down. We are covering episode 1 to 4 this week, and then next week, even though they're gonna be showing the weddings, we are going to do 5 to 8, and then we'll do the wedding. So hopefully you can listen at your own pace, and if you have the spoilers, I mean, I guess, but we'll be here for you to listen to the recap. So this is episode 1 to 4. So I like how emotionally expressive the guys are,
Mhm.
right? I don't know that I
Yeah.
expected it, but they're very expressive. We had a lot of
Yeah.
tears.
I'm not gonna jump ahead, but somebody came in and said they needed a group hug, and all
Yeah,
the guys like ran to him.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, this
yeah.
is me and my friends.
So yeah, okay. So the hosts are Steffi Brungs and Christian Wackert Brungs. I don't know if he hyphenated with her last name, but they are married. Again, everyone else is except France.
Hmm.
Steffi is a sports journalist, but she has hosted a singing competition before. Christian also has a sports background. They've been married since 2019. I think
Okay.
the only thought I had was, how come Germany got a season 2 and my beloved Mexico has not had an announcement or anything?
I don't know.
I don't know. I want my Mexico back. That was so good to me.
It's confusing. Yeah, you would have thought. I mean, because Germany was not a great first season, so maybe they're like, well, we'll do it right this time.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do in this episode is we are going to go through some pod stuff, some highlights, then we're gonna do reveals, and then we're gonna do the honeymoon getaway. So we do meet some characters. We
Hmm.
meet Philip, right? Philip likes techno music, and I believe among all the franchises in all the countries, this is the first person to ever have a head and face tattoo. Am I right?
I think so. I don't remember any others.
I just kept watching, and I'm like, is love really blind? We've answered that question, many seasons
Nope.
ago. But imagine in this situation, is he obliged to tell the women, I have a face tattoo? Because you walk out and you just see someone that has scribbles all over his face. Are you
Hmm.
like, oh my God, I am being duped? Or, oh my God, this is what the experiment is about? Do I accept him?
I would have a hard time. I am a tattooed man. I have a tattooed wife. You can't see my tattoos looking at me if I have clothes on. Like
Yeah,
I have, you can see the bottom of one of them if I have like a short sleeve t-shirt on.
yeah.
I don't think you're obliged. You can have a full body Yakuza tattoo and not need to tell anybody. If it's on your face, you might want to say, hey man, my face looks kind of like a Chipotle bag. Like I got stuff on it. And like, you know, I would have a hard time not being completely turned off by that. Like it's just one of those things like, oh no, face tattoos.
I mean, with Jordan, I thought he had to disclose that, and then we're torn. So, not to talk of this, I feel you have to allude to it. There's a lot of alluding to stuff, and we'll get to it. But
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, hey, I'm a tatted person, and when I say tatted, I mean everywhere.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, my face looks like Lil Wayne's face. Like, if that's what we're doing, you got to let me know that one at least.
so the reason I bring Philip up, besides his historic record on Love Is Blind, is that he tells another person, Jesse, that he's really into techno music, and it's kind of like Josh and his EDM,
Mm-hmm.
and it's his personality. And he tells Jesse, and Jesse's like, yeah, I don't know about that, I'm into German Schlager. Sounds like a beer to me. It's not a lager, I know, but it's just Schlager. So what do I do? You know what I do for you guys. I go figure out what is German Schlager. And it is a popular European music genre known for its simple, catchy melodies, upbeat rhythms, and sentimental or cheerful lyrics about love, friendship, and life. Sounds like pop to me. That's three letters. I just
Okay, this is helpful, and this is another one of those cases where one of us listens and one of us, has to read the subtitles. But the American translation said is, "I like German bar songs." To my mind, I'm
oh,
like, is she down with oompa music? Is this polka? Like, what are we? What that was what came to mind. Where I'm like, oh, she's got like a dirndl on, and she's doing like traditional German music. That sounds completely different. So I have no idea what she was talking about.
it sounds like pop to me. So the first thing that came to mind was like, I don't know. Do you know who Andy Grama is?
Yeah,
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 he sings just he said himself he's never gonna sing depressing songs. So he only sings
hmm,
like but it also just sounds like pop songs to me. It's like, well, that's
yeah.
not true because Backstreet Boys and them they sing not
They have love songs, and
cheerful
yeah,
lyrics. They think,
that's
"Oh, I'm
true.
drowning in you." Okay, so basically, like Andy Grama, that's where I'm going with. It's just like upbeat, life is good, life is great, and I'm like, okay. But what trips
Yeah.
me out is that Philip tells another guy that that's not my jam. I techno is my personality. He didn't say that. That's me. And that he blasts it loud from his speakers all the time, and he's not going to listen to Schlager because he's too cool for that. Tats on the face and all. And
Right.
he tells Constantine, and Constantine is like, "What? German Schlager? That is my jam.
I
What
love
is
that
her
shit.
name? And I'm going to find her." And I'm thinking it's
Yep.
just a throwaway thing and all that, but he really
Mm-mm.
did. He really did
Yeah.
go find her. They get into a date and they go on their date. And as a sidebar, it was the moment I realized that I hate seeing the bottom of their shoes while they date because she had
Don't like it.
her shoes up. She had her red bottoms, but it was all, scratched and all. And it was just, I don't want to see it. Put your feet down.
Yeah,
So,
no. And again, if it's me, my shoes are off. You see my socks like that. I
yeah.
don't have grippy socks, but you would see my socks because I'm not wearing shoes to sit on a couch.
So yeah, so their date goes well, and honestly, it really is like Josh and Burning Man because something about Carnival comes up, and they're talking about that, and I'm like, wow. And the thing about these two is that they keep finding similarities within each
Hmm.
other, and they just get along so well. So many coincidences, and Jesse is so excited, like this is my man. I'm not doing anything. Constantine just keeps saying, "I have a dark side. I have a dark side. This is too good to be true." I'm like, what did you do? Like, tell us.
I'm like, have you killed a man?
And the music is not helping, but it's so
Mm-mm.
anticlimactic because he comes in and he's like, I have to tell her today. I'm like, oh God, what did you? And she comes in practically one step away from skipping. And he's like, we have to talk about real stuff today. And she's like,
Yep.
oh, what? And it's like a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And I was like, that is not a dark side. That
That's
is
not
like
dark stuff.
an unfortunate life incident. And he's like, they found out it was malignant, and it was like it wasn't looking good. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is terrible of me, Brian, but I was like, why are you here? And then it's the same thing. No, it's the same thing where I was thinking like, wait, if someone has a terminal disease, is this also part of the test of is love blind, or is that going too far? And I guess that's kind of like Annie, who,
Mhm.
she got a new man. No, it's not Annie.
No,
Um,
the what was her name? Was it started with an M, right? Was it M?
Madison?
Marriott Madison. There you go.
Is it in Madison? No, it's not
Madison.
Madison.
Madison going blind. Was it
Yes,
Madison
that
going
was.
blind?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about Madison from the previous season, but yes, that eventually she said she might lose her eyesight, she might not. Just things like that. I think that's fair enough,
Yeah.
because that is love blind. Like, you're accepting people for what they are. And I think an episode of Married at First Sight Australia, there was a person who had, I don't want to say it's fibromyalgia, but something to that
Mm.
effect that she has to live with. But she took an experimental drug, and right now she's in remission, but it's not like it's there. And I think my thought is always that it's still a TV show and it's a different circumstance. But when you don't really know each other, do you have the foundation to build on that? So when he was saying all that, I'm thinking he had a year and a half to live or something like just the
Right.
way it was presented to us. It was just not looking good. And I could see the wheels turning in her head, like, oh my God, oh my God. I just said I love this guy. I want to be with him, but I've also known him like 6 days. So where
Yeah.
do you stand on that?
Well,
And
yeah.
what would you do in that situation? Well, I can't.
Oh boy. I don't know. So my first thing is when he said a year and a half ago, I thought he was going to go a year and a half ago. I got out of prison is what I thought he was going to say.
He did
Like
say
I was
dark
locked
side.
up for like 10 years and then
Yeah.
I just got out. So it wasn't that. I would say it's tough for me. So my mom had a brain tumor in 2009. It was
Yeah.
benign. Everything was fine. But like she still has things that she's dealing with since then. You know,
Yeah.
like there's, her hairline is different now. And like,
Yeah.
there's just things that happen when you have brain surgery, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do because like I would need to know more and it's not my place
Yeah.
to ask. So
Yeah.
like what are the odds that you get another one? If it's malignant, okay, are there other parts of your body where they also are concerned about cancer now showing up? There's all
Yeah.
of these things. And it's just like I would have a really hard time putting that out of my head and getting to know you about other stuff that's like fun and light after know that about you. It would just be hard for me to like emotionally move past that.
Yeah. And on top of that, you are on, I guess, international TV.
International
And
TV worldwide.
you don't want to be an asshole, and you don't want to be like, oh, but it's a lot of things that's going on. And at the end of the day, you don't know this person, So that
Yeah.
was a lot. But took a turn. He's fine. He said he found the best doctors. They had surgery. He's good now. He thought everything would change. The only slight difference is like he has a hearing aid now that even isn't visible. You can't
You can't
see
see what he
it,
said.
but thank God he's fine and he's doing well. So I was like, Constantine, you took me on a journey, because I'm like, first we think it's a dark side, and like you're coming out of, I thought like, okay, what did you do? You dealt drugs. You did, what is the thing that happened?
Mhm.
But anyway, I guess best case scenario, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this
Best case scenario, brain cancer.
I just know best case scenario, he's fine.
Yeah, he's
okay,
fine now.
and
And
there's
he got
nothing.
good doctors.
Yes,
Yeah.
going on, but it's just a lot. But they get through it, and they are I don't want to say golden couple, but they were the first. Like, you knew,
Yeah.
like, this was the only person. They just channeled one person, and then that was it that they were dealing with. So I will take a break before I come back and talk about other couples that were forming their connection. We'll be right back.
Feeling sluggish from all the extra food, drinks, and celebrations? Kick off the new year with a science-backed reset. Quicksilver Scientific's Push Catch Liver Detox is a patented, simple 2-step system that supports your liver, gut, and whole body detoxification, helping clear out what's slowing you down so you feel energized for the year ahead. It's more than a cleanse. Quicksilver Scientific's Push Catch Liver Detox helps reset your system. Get 10% off and free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. Again, that's tryqs.com/podcast for 10% off and free shipping. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Fed's out of options. Rate cuts, money printing, balance sheet reversals. They call it policy, but it's really panic. This is in-game economics where hope replaces discipline and the illusion of control finally breaks. They're not cutting rates because things are strong. They're cutting because the system is cracking. Inflation's eating savings. The labor market's stalling. Confidence in the dollar is fading fast. For decades, the Fed built a house of paper. Now they're striking the match that could burn it all down, leaving you to pay the price. When's the last time you actually held the wealth you've spent your life working for? My friends at Noble Gold Investments have been helping Americans move from paper wealth into real tangible assets. Numbers on a screen can disappear, but physical gold and silver, they've outlasted every crisis in history. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com and get your free wealth protection kit today. That's noblegoldinvestments.com for your free wealth protection kit. Discover how simple it is to protect your future. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Hey, Sal.
Hank, what's going on? We haven't worked a case in years.
I just bought my car at Carvana, and it was so easy. Too easy.
Think something's up?
You tell me. They got thousands of options. Found a great car at a great price. And it got delivered the next day.
It sounds like Carvana just makes it easy to buy your car, Hank.
Yeah, you're right. Case closed.
Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Okay, let's talk about, I don't know, is this a couple or a triangle kind of? Wandy and Jabril. Guys, I'm going to out Brian right now.
Do it. Everybody knows already.
I hadn't started already, and Brian texted me and is like, wait, what did you even say?
I just sent you. I said Wandy. Or, I think in the U.S. when they pronounce it Windy, which is confusing to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then I sent a GIF of that like cartoon wolf losing his shit, like hit himself in the forehead with a hammer and like pounding on the table and throwing a chair and stuff. Because I'm just like my eyes fell out of my head when she stood up.
And then I was like, I haven't even started. I have no idea what you were talking about.
I was like, you'll know it when you see it.
It's like, oh, okay, you know. But anyways, Jabril is our one black guy that's going to be featured. There were some in the background, but he was the one black guy that was featured. Unfortunately, he comes with dangly earrings. But
sure does.
He is Nigerian, which I don't know if it's you or whoever that comes on. I say it all the time. Is a reality show complete if it doesn't have a Nigerian? You know,
gotta have one.
I'm half kidding, but yeah. I wanted to know, I'm like, why is his name Jubril? That is not a Nigerian name you can usually identify. But then I'm like, wait, it might be Germanized, because for those of you who don't know, kind of like Giannis, right? His last name is like Antetokounmpo. It's not.
Antetokounmpo,
It's
yeah.
all Greeked out. It's not. His Nigerian name is Adetokounmpo, and it's a whole thing. So I just figured maybe this was Germanized, and I went to make sure. And I was like, it sounds like a Muslim name. So I checked with my Muslim friend who is Nigerian, and I'm like, Jabril is a Muslim name, right? And she's like, yes, it is. So I figure there's Muslim. But anytime we have a Nigerian on Love is Blind, I'm always so tripped by it, because it's just not. It's not in our culture to do this, even though technically it's like, you know, hey, the people said, hey, you can meet this, you're dating. But it's like, you don't go on national TV and talk about everything and everybody knows your business. Hide, and hide it all is the motto for the culture. So I'm very excited to meet his parents. And hopefully they're like SK's parents, because SK's mom was fantastic. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And just to see how they embrace this, how they ended up in Germany and all that, which he talks about a little bit. Wandy, I'm going to call her Wandy. I don't know.
Let's call her Wandy. That okay. When I saw it, I'm like, I know a girl named Wandy. We'll call her that. Like I said Windy, and I was like, did I write it down wrong? No, it's Wandy.
Wandy had some earrings that were in the shape of Africa, the continent. My guess is that Wandy is originally from an African country, but she never talked about it. So I don't know where exactly she is from, which I find surprising that they also didn't bring it up, especially when he said that he was Nigerian. But at some point when they start dating and they start talking, I swear it suddenly sounded like French to me, but I think it's probably because the ghost of Cynthia from Love is Blind France was over me with Wandy. I mean, Cynthia I think is like a goddess, and so is Wandi. They're both tall, they're both dark skinned, they're both gorgeous, they both have the bunda, and
Booty so big.
so we find out that Cynthia has never had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
It is a thing for me.
I don't like it. I would run.
If you've been listening for long, I'm always like, if you haven't, I don't know that here is the place that you come do all this. She did kind of hint though, because he asked how come, and she's like, "Oh, I had 2 opportunities to have a boyfriend. It just never worked out." And one of them was like, "They might have been blown away by my looks." I'm like, okay, nice one.
I mean, I would be. I get it.
And Jubril talks about how he came to Germany, but he didn't grow up with his siblings. I think his siblings remained in Nigeria.
It was unclear. He said they didn't want to stay in Germany, so I don't know if they were there for a little bit and then went back. But I'm also wondering, like, because did he say he was born in Germany, or he just grew up there?
I think
so. Like, how much older are your brothers than you?
Exactly. So that's what I was trying to figure out. But I guess we'll find out more if they make it to the family.
We'll find it. I got my doubts. We're gonna see.
I really hope they do. I really want to see it. So that was what was going on with them. And then we introduced somebody into the triangle. I don't know how Jubril did it, but he got Josie, who's another shapely lady.
Speaking of booty so big.
She got the Coke bottle too and all that. But 20 minutes in, Jubril is already in a dilemma. I'm like, sir, you just met them. Like, what are you, already in them for that? So I don't know. Wandi is 100%. That's my man. That's who I want. That's who is going to be. Josie is, having fun with Jubril. And I think Josie now has a story, and then she shares it with him, the story about her dad and how she never knew who he was. Could you tell by the story? Okay, Josie is very clearly biracial. Could you tell which parent was which by her?
Because there was some things that she said, and again, this might have just been the translation, but she basically said, I didn't understand growing up why my eyes weren't like my mom's eyes, which are blue, and she's got blonde hair and I don't. And I think I didn't know for sure that her dad was black by that if I'm Jubril. I'm like, maybe he could be Asian, maybe he could be Indian, I don't really know. But yeah, my interpretation was her mom looks like a stereotypical German. And she does not.
Okay. So that was my guess. Especially when she said she didn't know how to do her hair until she got older. And I'm like, okay.
Didn't know how to do her skin stuff. Yeah.
Well, my question was when she said, I didn't understand why I couldn't put lotion on. And I'm like, well, wait, what? Like everybody else.
Translation is different. Yeah, she was like, I didn't understand why my lotion couldn't be the regular lotion that everyone else uses.
Oh, is that what she? Like, oh my god!
That's again. I don't know because they pronounce Wandi differently. They do this all the time to me, and I just cannot do it with the subtitles.
Okay, because I was like, if anyone uses lotion, it's us.
You better put some on.
One. Okay, cool. But she shares that, with Jubril, and should I introduce Gunnar now? Because
you may as well. This guy.
Yeah, because it was Gunnar that she told us to. Okay, let me introduce you to Gunnar, guys. Gunnar is a vegan. Gunnar may not know much in life, but the one thing he knows for damn sure in his life, he does not want kids.
Yeah.
That's his right. I truly appreciate him being honest. I truly appreciate him not being like, oh, maybe down the line I'll change my I'm open to he's like, listen, I like you, but the one thing I am sure of, I have seen people with kids. I do not want that life. I selfishly want to live my life without kids. And he tells everyone, and everyone's like, no, we want kids. I think he told the guys, he's like, every woman seems to want kids. I'm like,
yeah. He's like, well, they all want to have kids. And he's like, that's a problem for me. I was like, well, yeah. Like, what you think?
So he meets with Josie. They have a good conversation. And then he tells her about the kids. And then Josie pauses. And then she's like, it's not a deal breaker. I think I can deal without having kids. Like, it's okay. Like, I'm not put off, by it. And Gunnar can't believe his luck. He's like, wait, what? Okay.
Word?
And that's it. And here's what I was worried about. Yes, he doesn't want kids. You find somebody who doesn't want kids, then you become what I call your single voter dating. You're picking one
Mhm.
thing and then everything else. Are you on the same page with that? Or is just like, okay, this is one person. Let's just, build around that. But then when she's in the confessional, Josie is like, the fact that he doesn't want kids kind of puts me off a bit. I'm like, ma'am, go
Yep.
back, be honest. It's not fair
Yep.
to him. He's being honest, with you. So they have a moment, which I mentioned, where she expresses about her dad and how she tried to reach out to her dad. She wrote a letter, he never responded, and she just took that personally. But then she looked at the obituary and she found out that her dad had been dead for 6 months. And,
Yeah.
she's truly crying. She doesn't really talk about it much. Like even in the confessional, she's crying all over again. And Gunnar is very nice about it and says, all the right things. But then she has a date with Jabril right after. And then she goes in and Jabril is like, you sound sad. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on? And she's like, oh, it was just a heavy date. And he's like, do you want to talk about it? And she's like, again.
Right.
But I mean, she has to, because one of the things I
Yeah.
never understand is these people date different, and maybe it's the editing, right? They tell one person something deep and then they don't tell the other. And I'm like, these things are important. Like, you have to, if it's an even playing field, unless they
Mhm.
know, yeah, I don't want to be with this person. I don't want this person to know this about me. But you're on national TV at this point, it doesn't matter. We're all
Right.
going to know together. So you might as well share. So she does tell him, and Jabril responds so well and it's
Mhm.
just like, you should know that you are enough. Like, these are the things he relates to it. I think being the only dark skinned person in his class. I don't know how old he is. I can't remember if they told us ages.
I
They
don't
probably
know.
did. They usually do.
They probably did.
Yeah, they did because we know someone's 42. So
Yeah.
we just said
Right.
that. And he's just very comforting and she really appreciated it. So much so that when she went back to the women's quarters, she is really crying and she says it is something that no, he's the one that's crying. I'm sorry. We said
Yeah,
that
you're right.
he's the one that's crying. He goes back to the men's quarters after what she told him and he just hugs the guys and is like, I can't really explain it. It's something you can only understand if you are black.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, so that was it. I will say though, it did seem almost unfair that it seemed that Josie's trauma gave her an edge over
Yeah.
Wandy.
Yeah.
But what is the
Yeah.
line between this is my life that I'm sharing with you over like I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
me.
because they didn't trauma bond. It wasn't like, oh, I've also,
He did.
experienced the same thing with mine. Well, over like the cultural stuff. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like, oh, my dad also has been out of my life, and so we're
Yeah.
bonding on that. It was like the stories they were telling, basically anybody black who grew up around mostly white people has that exact same story. No, you cannot touch my hair. Get your hands out of my hair. Like, no, you
Are you
all of these things
are
are
you
pretty
okay,
universal.
Brian? Are you okay?
No, I'm not
PTSD?
okay.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, like these are things that I guess I was a little bit surprised that it happened in Germany. I'm like, I don't know much sure why I'm surprised by that. Like, of course it happens there.
What?
Like, obviously. I think about so many things like, oh, this is an American sort. No, this is probably everywhere around the world.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I think that it's a little bit comforting when you are predominantly around white people to be around another black person that has had your similar experiences, just to be like, I don't have to explain why this is weird or
Yeah.
why this is a troubling thing. Um, Wandy probably also could have those exact same conversations. So I don't know why he's like, oh, Josie gets it, Wandy wouldn't. Like, she'd also get it.
I am absolutely giving Jabril grace, but my first judgy stereotypical is like he knows that she is biracial and sometimes
Oh.
black men tend to lean the light skin
Mhm.
thing and all that. We've seen that many a time
We
and I'm
have.
like, I'm not gonna do that, but it is there at the back of my head that he
Mhm.
absolutely wanted Josie after that because you could just see how, oh my god, you could tell that Josie was his first pick.
Mhm.
He was concerned about the fact that Wandy has never had a boyfriend. I mean, valid.
I
um
would be.
um but then uh Josie has a conversation and comes in and is talking to Gunnar. And I think Gunnar thinks like their relationship is done. And he's telling the guys, he's like, listen, it's up to her. I'm not
Yep.
gonna try and force her, trying to tell her anything. I've said my truth. It's up to her. So they have a conversation in the dates, and Josie is just like, yeah, I don't think like I have a spark. And I'm like, is it for both? She wasn't really clear. Was it for
Mm-mm.
Jabril or was it for Gunnar? I couldn't tell, so I just went with Gunnar. But then
Right.
Gunnar is bald, guys. Gunnar is white. Gunnar is like, I guess what you call granola. That's exactly.
Apparently he's just what men from Berlin are like. And
I
I learned so much about other countries and like regional stuff from this show. Just like, oh, I didn't know that Neapolitans had like a whole thing. The same thing here where she's like, well, I know a lot of guys in Berlin are left wingers
yeah.
and they wear Doc Martens and their jeans are too short. He's like, oh shit, I have all that on right now. It was just like,
Listen, the man knows himself. He said, I
yeah.
am a stereotypical German guy. Like,
Yeah, I'm a stereotypical Berlin left-wing vegan, and it's like I didn't know that was a thing. My dad went to high school in Frankfurt, so I have to ask him if that's how it's always been. But
yeah.
like, yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing, and he's like, no, yeah, you know everything about me already. Uh-oh, it's just dead on.
Oh wait, before all this, she does bring up the kids thing again. And
Mm-hmm.
she's just I was kind
She
of annoyed
tries.
because I was kind of annoyed because he's made it clear this is where I stand, and it's like either you accept it or not. Like I'm giving you the chance to. And she brings
Mm-hmm.
it up again and is like, like eventually at some point, my friends are gonna have kids, everyone is gonna have kids, and then I'm gonna feel left out, and I don't know if I'm gonna regret it. I'm like, that's an interesting reason. Like, if you really want kids, honestly, let it not be dependent on the man, even if you're 50-50,
Yeah.
because this man is 100 percent. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
she tells Gunnar like she doesn't have she tells us that there's no spark, and we can't tell if it's Gunnar or if it's Jabril or both. And then basically in a lot of words tells Gunnar that he's not manly enough.
Yeah.
And actually he said it.
Wow.
She was beating around the bush, and he's like,
She
so
yeah she was dancing
basically
around it.
I'm not manly enough. And then he's like, I get it. I mean, I know what you're saying, but I can't defend myself. You already have an opinion of me. It is who I
Mm-hmm.
am. Then she tries to say, oh, but the way you handled when I shared my story with you, that was very manly. And I'm like, girl, you were being confusing because you led
Yep.
with you are, not manly enough. And she's like, well, maybe because I've never felt safe in a relationship, and then I feel safe with you. And I truly respect Gunnar because Gunnar is like, I don't want to be a safe option. So
Yeah.
if you're
No.
looking for
He
that,
conducted himself really, really well. I think that, kind of throughout, he didn't ever seem like he was begging for acceptance or that he was, oh, I'm downplaying things that are important to him or anything like that. Like he this is who I am. This is where
Mhm.
my values are. This is what I am all about. And if that doesn't work for you, like that's a bummer.
Yeah.
But like I'm not going to change, who I am to try to fit what you need. And I think that seemed to ring a chord with her in retrospect. Like in the moment, I don't think that she really appreciated it, but it seemed like it got to her.
Here's my thing with Josie though. After she leaves, she feels bad. She's telling her other friends, like, oh my God, I basically said that he wasn't manly enough. And I think her friend gasps. She was like, oh, like, and then I think Josie heard herself and she's like, telling anyone that you're not manly enough or you're not feminine enough, like opposite gender, like that is terrible. And all I
Yeah.
think was like, why didn't you just tell him like I'm not feeling the spark? Why did you have to go the you're not manly enough for me? Like it just seems so mean and
Yeah. It felt like a
unnecessary.
low blow and completely
Yeah,
unnecessary. I don't know why. I don't know why you'd have to say that. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't say that to somebody.
yeah. So Jabril is like all thinking like, okay, he got Josie, he got Wandy. He thinks like the spark is not really there with Wandy because he does mention like, oh, is he the one who says I want to have sex anywhere? And she's like,
Hmm.
oh, I'm very, particular about that. I have to be emotional and all that. And Jabril is like, huh, what is
Uh-oh.
going on here? And I think he had a conversation with Josie, and maybe she was more receptive. And he's like, yeah, this is, what I'm looking for. So
Yep.
Jabril and Gunnar have a conversation in the men's quarters where Jabril is basically, I don't know why both of you are having that conversation, trying to tell him that, he deserves better. He doesn't have to prove himself because, as we're seeing in Love is Blind, you tell someone, like, hey, I don't think you can do this. Instead of being like, I'm not proving anything to you, Parmy, you're like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I'm going to prove to you that I'm good enough. And Gunnar is like, I don't know what you're saying. I want her. And that's it. I
Yep.
know that there's an imbalance, and this is what the caption said, but I just want to be wanted and it works for now, but I don't think this is going to work in the long run. Is that
Yeah.
what
No,
you
that's
said?
yep.
And I said,
According to both of us, that's what was said.
what?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is this, a long game thing? Like, I'm
Uh-oh.
just going to say I dated a hottie and deuces. Or is
Yeah.
he
See if I can get some strange real quick, and then I'm out of here.
or is he protecting himself? Like, listen, why would a girl like that be with a guy? But they haven't seen each other at this point. But that was
No,
such a wild statement.
it's not
So
going to look good when she watches it.
he's ready to accept that this is done, but he's like, I want her to say it. I'm not gonna take myself out the game. I am here.
Yep.
I am 100%. Like, listen, I'm here for Gunner, guys.
Mhm.
Tane for Gunner 2026.
Listen,
So
I didn't think I was going to like this guy, but bald solidarity, I get it.
yeah. So he reminds me of, oh no, I can't remember his name, the guy from Sweden.
Oh, not the really rigid dude, with the guy
No,
that like the sweet
the,
guy that liked to be the outdoors dude.
no, the Sri Lankan dude.
Oh shit, what was his name? With the
Yeah,
God, his hair was
yeah.
lovely. his,
Yeah,
his hair was
because
so
he was
good.
just like, I know that she doesn't like me, but she'll get there. I'm just gonna go
Hmm.
at her pace. It's cool. It's cool. She'll get
Yeah,
there. So, yeah. So he goes on her date. Ready. He's ready to be broken up with. He doesn't say it out loud, but you can tell like he's ready. To be
he's
breaking up.
ready.
Imagine my surprise when Josie is like, "Yeah, my feelings with Juby are platonic." I'm like, "What?"
Yep,
I am blindsided, and she
out of
wants
nowhere.
Gunner. Can I say it was giving Katisha from the UK?
Oh, I could see it.
It was a
I could
back
see
and
it.
forth thing where it felt,
Yeah.
no, I really felt she was going with Jabril. And then from nowhere, she's like, no, I want Gunner, because she just said, you're not manly enough for me. You don't have all this. And, and like that.
And even when she told him, she was leading with like, "Yeah, we have nothing in common.
Yes.
Our interests aren't the same. Our upbringing isn't the same. We don't really seem to make any sense." And he's just like, "Yeah, no, I get it. Like, this sucks." And then she's like, "So I want to marry you." And I'm like, "Wait, what? Since
Yep.
when?"
Yeah. Never have I seen two mismatched people, but they're gonna make it work. So
Mm-hmm.
Jabril is disappointed, you can tell, but he's not really showing that. And he's like, okay, fine, I guess I'll go with Wandy. I mean, there's a choice
Yep.
to go home alone, guy, but he decides to
Yeah.
go with Wandy.
I really want to be on TV, so
And I think we already knew, because they do that annoying thing. I tried to look away in the beginning where they practically tell us everything that's gonna happen.
yeah.
At the beginning of Love is Blind, and I knew Wandy made it, and her only thing was Jabril. So I was like, okay, so we know they're gonna do it. But I don't know if he's convinced enough with her. But that's
No.
how we ended up with the quadrangle: is Gunnar and Josie and Jabril and Wandy. And okay, I'll take a break and come back with Dustin, Andy, Yasmin, and the person who did not have a chance at all. Okay. We are introduced to the most clean cut pretty boy I ever laid eyes on in Germany. I haven't seen a lot of them, but I have been to Germany, but it was many years ago. But it was Dustin. And
Mm-hmm.
we see him in the dating, and it took forever to show who Yasmin was. And I was like, what is it about her? Like, is that we
I
really
was
gonna
so
be tested?
frustrated.
Why are we not seeing who she is? And then, she said something about, oh, yeah, I'm usually being reduced to my looks. And as soon as she says that, they show her. And I'm like, yeah, of course. I was let down. There's nothing crazy. She's just blonde.
Yeah, she's not even that hot. My thing was like, okay, I was sitting here going, why are we not seeing this woman? What is going on? She is talking and we don't see her. This is insane. And in my mind, I'm like, is there an eye patch? Is there an alopecia situation here? Is she fresh off of my 600-pound life? Like, why are we not showing her? And then when they showed her, it wasn't just that they showed her, it was like a luxury pan up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, for this? Like,
Yeah.
this is what she's not by any means like an unattractive woman. She is
Nope.
a pretty woman. I totally get that. There have been probably over a dozen women on Married at First Sight that I look at and I go, or I'm sorry, Love is Blind, they look at it and go, oh, she is a smoke show
Mhm.
above this lady, and they had no problem showing them at all. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is up? Why did you do this to me that you had me thinking something insane was going to happen, and it turns out she's just a pretty blonde lady?
That is the standard of beauty. So they did a lot of build up. And I think the problem was
Yeah.
the build up. If they hadn't done the build up, it wouldn't have been that dramatic. But because of the
No.
build up, it's like, oh, okay.
It's like, oh, all right.
So there's Dustin. And then there's Andy. Andy is 42, and everyone loves Andy. Everyone
Yeah.
thinks that they have a connection with Andy, but it's narrowed down to 3. So it is Yasmin, it is Celia, and what was the redhead ladies?
I don't know. The pole dancing lady, I forget what her name was.
Yeah. Oh God, Nadia.
There you go, Naja.
Oh, I didn't want to be part of the people who. The reason why I say that is because Andy is 42, right? Just to show you that age doesn't come with common sense. And Andy decides to tell Celia that she's gonna be the special date, and he's gonna take her out, and to be prepared for that. Fine, let's put that in the back pocket. Then Yasmin decides that she doesn't want Dustin. She wants Andy. There's something about Andy that she wants. So she lets Dustin down. She breaks up with Dustin. And
That was
then
cold. Because Dustin had just like professed his undying love for her. And she's like, yeah, I don't feel like I should. So we're out. I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
Yeah.
that is quick.
I should be excited. Guys like, I'm not that close to my family. I'll move. I'll leave. I'll come
Yes,
wherever
I
you
will
are.
leave my parents for you. She's
And
like,
she's
nah.
Yeah, I thought that if someone wanted to do all that for me, I'd be excited, but nah, I'm not.
Nah. And she sat
Okay.
in silence for so long before saying anything. And I'm just like, I'm waiting for him to go, are you still there? Like, did you walk out? Because she was sitting there in silence for a minute before she said anything.
Okay, so that happens. And then she has a date with Andy. And then she tells Andy, like, I'm all 100% on you. And then he's like, oh man, I messed up. This has made me realize that I want you. I'd already told Celia that I'm going to do a special date. And she's like, I'm not happy about that. I just let everything down for you. But I want to set the scene up. So I'm going to do a quick refresher. So there is a quadrangle. We have Andy, we have Nadia, and we have Yasmin, and we have Celia. Andy has told Celia, you will be my special date because you're the one I want. Celia is so excited. These women are being catty and they're talking about each other. So in earshot, so everyone can hear everything, Yasmin breaks up with Dustin. And then Yasmin tells Andy, and then Andy's like, oh man, the special date should be you. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to back out. Yasmin goes back to the quarters and is like, oh my God, he chose me. He wants to be with me. And Celia is just, so now it seems like it's between Celia and Yasmin. Nadia is just there like, am I still in the race here? Because what? So Nadia goes on a date and Andy creates a hot mess.
Oh
He
my God, this was
breaks up
insane.
with Nadia with words and tells her like, oh, it's not there. I'm going to go with Yasmin. And then he leaves a note there. And then he tells her, could you please take that note back to Celia? Because I planned a special date with her, but I've decided that I want to do this date with Yasmin. But I want her to be clear about why I'm doing this. So you take the note. Nadia says, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, I understand this is weird, but yeah, just do it. I don't know why she does, but she takes the note and she gives it to Celia. And Celia is rightfully pissed.
Yeah. Well, a couple things. Number one, I don't know how many times on this show people come back and talk about their date by name. Usually it's like, oh, I had a really good date, blah, 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 whatever. And there's like, oh, I didn't realize we were after the same guy. These women walk in here like, Andy loves me. And I'm just like, well, you're talking about like right in front of each other, knowing you guys are after the same dude because you guys keep talking about him. That was crazy. If I'm Najee, I'm just like, I'm not doing your dirty work. You want to break up with her? You break up with her. I am not your errand boy. I'm not going to bring a message at all. No. If you want to dump her, okay, you dump her. I'm not doing it for you. The fact that she went ahead and brought the letter, I'm just like, why? I would not have done that. And if I'm doing that, my first thought is let me go and tell, Yasmin, hey, the dude you're with is a fucking coward, by the way. Like, here's what he just had me do, just so you know the quality of man you're getting involved with. Because, like, this is not, any kind of a courageous person with stand-up abilities or whatever. Like, everyone handled this in a way that I would not have, essentially.
It was just not good. Celia is just like, I am going to cuss this man out. He will regret the day that he was born. And you would think that this would give Yasmin the ick. Instead, she's like, oh my God, I have goosebumps. He did all this
That's
for
my
me.
man.
Ugh. I'm like,
Ugh.
okay, they deserve each other. And
Sure do.
as if that wasn't enough, Andy is surprised that Celia wants to see him. He's like, I'm not expecting this. Why does she want to talk to me? I was like, what? You could
To cuss you out, dummy.
You could have requested to speak to her and broken up with her and laid out your reasons. And he tells her that the reason he wrote a letter was he wanted her to be clear. You could have done it with words. You are a 42-year-old man. I'm not satisfied with the cursing out that Celia did. I think she could have gone in some more. But
I would have gone in.
I don't want to see you. He said, but I will go see Celia because, I don't want to ghost people. I'm like, I can't.
No, I would have written a whole diss track about him. Like, I would have come in with background music and let him have it. She let him know that she was like disappointed, that she was angry at him, but I would have been dirty. I would have hit below the belt over and over again.
Okay, last person, Jan and Loan. Loan is Loan. It was very funny because, she spelled out her name. It's just like N like North Pole. That made me laugh.
Right.
There's so many other things we could have said, but N for North Pole, which is another thing. There was a lot of English being spoken.
A lot of English. A lot of casual English. I didn't realize that was a German thing. I don't know if that's all over Europe. I've never been to Europe. Yeah. But like just tossing out random American phrases, I'm like, oh, all right, I guess, sure.
A lot of people, I mean, it was also very common in Sweden. They did that a lot.
They did, you're right.
English and all that. But Jan says that I am the embodiment of the friend zone. I'm like, oof. But
don't leave with that.
Imagine that being your thought about yourself, and then looking at Love is Blind as kind of like a last resort, and it being confirmed even through the walls, because they show us a montage of a lot of girls just saying, yeah, the sauce is not there. I don't want it.
Yeah, you're great, but no, somebody else, please.
I don't want it. So at this point, I don't think it mattered who it was. I think he was just grateful for anyone that would look his way and step in Loan. Loan is Asian. And I don't know if she ever described herself, but I guess by her name, he should have guessed.
She let it slip that her parents, he was like, oh, I wish I would have been raised bilingual. It's like the one thing that I, regret. And she was like, oh, well, I was. My parents made a big deal out of making sure I learned Vietnamese first. Oops. And I'm like, well, no, you didn't stumble into that. I think you were fine letting him know that you were Vietnamese.
But Jan's problem is like, this man is just insecure. He had so many crash outs, even in the house. He was telling the men like, oh, I don't think I'm good enough. Oh, I don't think I'm this. I'm like, please go sort out your issues and you're not ready for marriage. You cannot carry this into a marriage. And I don't know, he even carries that to her. And I don't know why she doesn't have the ick, because she's fine. And he keeps, like, she's fine with him. I don't know why. Yeah. But she's fine with him. But he keeps bringing it up almost like, why don't you see something wrong with me? Like, I'm not good enough. I feel like I'm not good enough for you. I'm not that. And then I was so sure he was breaking up with her because he couldn't breathe.
I thought so too.
I don't know, it's bad. She was expecting it. And then he proposed. Like, that is my proposal story. You saying all these things and then proposing to me. Not propose.
Yeah. I suck. I'm a hunk of shit. I'm no good. Will you beat me forever, please? I'm just like, well, come on, man.
So so that happened, and so we have all our couples, and so we move on to the reveals. We have Constantine and Jesse. Oh, you guys, something they say a lot. I think one of the episodes was even titled this. All of them, mostly Jesse. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. They say a lot of that.
A lot.
All the time. So when they meet, Jesse kept saying, oh my god, oh my god. And then they run to each other. They kiss immediately. She's breathing like she's out of breath. Maybe she was. Yeah. I don't know. But she was just like.
Hyperventilating.
There you go. That's the word. And they tell each other that they're beautiful. He proposes. They seem so smitten by each other. They're talking about a wedding already. They stare so deep into each other's eyes. And obviously, their breath must be good because they were so close to each other's faces. So,
No one was tearing up. Nobody was wincing.
yeah, they kiss goodbye. They're very happy with each other. She says, "This is everything that I wanted." And in her confessional, she goes, "My finger has finally lost its virginity after 32
Oh boy.
years."
Oh boy. Not the phrasing I would have used, but who am I to judge?
So that's them. We have Jabril and Wendy. They come in, they kiss immediately. I thought Jabril was like this large, tall man. I believe Wendy is taller than him with heels.
With heels on, she is. I thought he was that because he's like a beefy man. He's like a
Yeah.
muscly dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's probably like 6'4". Like, no, he's like 5'8". Just
You
like a
think
little
so?
short, muscly man.
You think so? You think he's 5'8"
I don't
and
know.
not like Wendy is like
I don't think he's 6 foot.
okay.
Yeah.
Because he showed his muscle because when he had the whole flirty talk with Josie, he's like, "Yeah, I can pick you." Anyways,
Yeah.
doesn't get on one knee. But they
Right.
kiss some more, but he asked to marry her. She says, okay. And she just kept saying, "I love your voice. I love your voice." He says he's relieved that she looks so good. She wore this white dress. She wore a backless dress, and she wasn't lying about that back because there was a time when he asked her in the pods, "What is your favorite part on a man and your favorite part of your body?" And she was like, "My back." And he was like, "Oh, a woman who has a back." And she knew what she was doing. That back was
Yeah.
stacked.
That dress was doing something.
Jabril does say that she's a 20 out of 10, and I'm just like, they're happy with each other. All is well. But I tell you guys all the time, what do I know? Gunnar and Josie. I was so terrified. I'm just, oh gosh.
For her
So
to bring up, well, the only concern I have is like, what if he's a bald man? And I was like, could you cut us a little bit of slack? Number one. Number two, maybe say that. Well, I guess you wouldn't want to say that in the pod, but then don't come on the show if baldness is a problem for you.
I think the thing with Josie is more like, these are my preferences, but if I'm choosing to do this show, if that is the case, I will work through it and we'll see
Yeah.
what happened. But I was just the fact that she said that. I
She
would prefer
she
to not
also
have-
did tell him, she was like, well, I thought you were bald. And I'm like, okay, so if in your mind, I don't know how you hear baldness, but if in your mind you determined he was already bald and you didn't like bail on that, you're probably not, it's not a deal breaker for you at least.
Yeah, but she determined it because in her mind he was already a stereotypical brilliant man, and
Yeah, right.
allegedly this is what he.
They're all bald.
So her face when she sees him was so funny. It's either like, oh man, of course he would look like this, or
Mhm.
well, it is what I thought, I hoped, but here we are. So they hug with no kiss.
Yep.
It is awkward, but Gunner's the one who's winning. She's the woman of his dreams. Like, nah, that's not my problem. You are the okay. But again,
Yep.
they sit, they talk, they did not kiss. She tells us in the confessional that I hate lying. And when I say I'm happy, when I say I'm confused, both are true. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I didn't know how to take that. I mean, none of it sounded great, but at the same time, like they were doing a lot of flirting because there was that part where she was like, "Oh, I was just really concerned. Like I had in my mind like a worst case scenario looks wise."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yep, you got it." And she's like, "Oh, I'm just kidding," and like touched his face. I'm like, "Okay, it seems like there's some flirtation here. Why aren't y'all kissing though?"
Yeah, I know. I think, well, a lot of them, what they do say is it's always hard for them to match up the voice to the looks.
Mhm.
And it's just like a
Yep.
moment of shock. But they're the equivalent of maps people when they say, I'm trying. We'll
Mhm.
see. We'll see what
Yep.
happens. For Loanne and Jan, this was the worst for me. Loanne and her two best friends are out. Her two best friends are her boobs because
I'm also very close
they-
to her friends.
they were very out there and very ready to meet Jan, and she's just like,
Mhm.
yes, my boobs are out and he better comment on it or else there'll be a problem. There wasn't a problem. He did not comment on it. Well, he did, but not to her face and
not to her.
complimentary. They meet, they hug, they do not kiss. She's like, oh, you're not AI. And he's like, you're not AI. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
it was so awkward. They walk away. He didn't even look back. The last time we saw that
Mm-mm.
was Giovanni. Was it No, it was the
In
US
Denver,
guy.
the dude that was got those in Madison. Is that Joe?
Yeah. No, that went with Allie. Not Joe. It was Allie.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because Joe kept the making
drinker.
faces.
Yes. And that
Yeah.
was drinking. He went for the champagne, did not even look back.
That's right.
Loanne is like, yeah, if I was out, I would not pick him. And Anna's like, she had all that cleavage. Why did she have all that cleavage?
I was just like, wait a minute. You looked at her and said, ugh, too much boobs. I'm just like, well, hold on. And why don't you calm down?
Well, Jan should not be on this show. So
Nope.
the music is ominous, so it's not going to be good. Yasmin and Andy, I think they're being set up to be the villains because at some point when all that happened, Yasmin was like, I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to find my man, and we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
We're going to hurt people to be with each other. But they're pleased as punch with each other. She's all dressed up. She looks pretty. They kiss.
My dress was doing something too.
He's tall and she's like a little petite. She's like a Sabrina Carpenter type situation.
Yeah, she's tiny.
Very
Unless
tiny.
he's like 6'9", she is tiny.
Even with he's the one who didn't care. Through the pods, he wore the same sweatshirt with like gray sweatpants every day. So
Yep.
So yeah. So that was it. Wondering if I should take another break. I'll take a quick break, then we'll talk about the getaway because they all met, and I think by their meeting, we shall know them. We see what everyone went through, and that pretty much continues. Well, not all, but we'll talk about it when I get back. Okay, so the getaway, they're not mixing things up. They're not going to Morocco in the cold like they did.
Right. Bring your blanket.
They're in Greece for the getaway. For Constantine and Jesse, I didn't even notice, but they were out there just enjoying the sun. And I'm like, oh, Jesse's getting her vape on. They continue to find similarities with each other. They're going through his tattoos, and he has a tattoo that's like JM, and she's like, those are my initials. I'm like, whoa.
What are the odds?
It's getting too much. And then he tells us, like, listen, since he had his surgery, he's been more health conscious, and he kind of brings up the smoking, and he's like, hey, how often do you smoke? I appreciate she did not say I'm a social smoker. She goes, all the damn time. Like, I smoke a lot. It's not gonna
She legit said, I'm a little chimney, so I'm always smoking.
Yes. And she's like, yeah, maybe if I have a baby in me, that's an automatic end, right? And he's like, wait. And he said,
my God.
We are going to talk about this another time because it is important to me. And I'm like, you had 10 days in the pod.
Right. It's that. See, I wonder. Now, it's tough for me because I don't think I would even ask that. I don't have anybody in my social circle who smokes at all. So it's not even like front of mind. When I see, we were in Mexico for New Year's Eve, and people were smoking at the resort. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, people do like cigarettes, huh? Like I never see it. So like, I don't know that it would have come to mind, but I also know that in Europe, there's a lot more smoking than there is in the US.
Yeah.
And obviously, if that is a deal breaker for you, it would be for me. I couldn't deal with that. But I don't even know that I would ask. I would just assume you don't smoke unless you say that you smoke.
That's on
not
you.
Right, but
that's
it's
on
entirely
you
on me.
This is a situation where you do not know the other person, and if it is something that is important to you, but here's the thing: I would think that if you're signing up for this show, you have to take like a whole introspective look at like, okay, what are the things that matter to me? And also, if you're saying like things like health conscious, I'm just thinking like, hey, since this happened to me, I've been more health conscious. I eat a lot of veggies. I don't drink soda, whatever. It came up in Sweden, right? That was a whole thing.
Yeah. You know, that dude was like, you like sugar? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's just a natural progression where you're like, you talk about health, smoking has to come up. So now if that happened and she didn't mention that she smokes, which I don't think, she doesn't seem like she's ashamed of it. She's just like,
she's not ashamed of it.
It's a fact. It's what I do. So we'll see what happens with that. For Gunnar and Josie, Josie seems to be cringy because Gunnar brought his own pillow. I don't think that's weird. Gunnar brought lint shaver. I don't think that's weird. But she says that she's just kidding. And I guess their love language is going to be teasing. But there's a line. There's a line.
Yeah. Well, I think there are some things you can tease about. You want to tease him about his like grippy socks? Okay, that's fine. He brought it up. He knows it's kind of a silly thing. That's okay. When they were like, he wore them to bed, that was a cute thing. The lint shaver, I'm like, that's just practical. You don't have pills on your clothes. Shave them shits off. Like, for him to explain, oh, I've got 3 different razors, that was a little bit surprising to me. Because like, one will get the job done, but also I don't have a beard. So I would need to have one for my head, one for my beard. I can understand why you don't want to shave your head and balls with the same razor.
Oh my God,
but like, well, I mean, he said everything south of the chest. So like, if you're just shaving your belly, that could be fine with your head. You can be one of those, but I'm assuming he's dick and balls. So a lot of that just seemed practical, but she was just like, oh my God, again, well, why do you have all these things? And I'm just like, I would get tired of that, I think, pretty quickly if I got razzed all the time by like my new girlfriend / fiance.
Yeah. But he tells himself if she didn't like me, she wouldn't do it. So I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever helps
She's
him
still here.
sleep at night. I'm confused because she keeps saying that she's not really into him, but like you pointed out, even at the proposal, she's always leaning into him, cuddling up
Yeah.
to him, putting her hand on his face, and all that stuff. She keeps bringing up the whole dad thing because she mentioned like, oh, you do all the things, like it's a shame that we can't have our genes together, and it's like. She's not wrong though when she says like he has strong German dad vibes. Like you could totally see him with the slippers and the
Yeah.
socks and a
Oh,
pipe and
absolutely.
newspaper and all that. But she needs to quit with that. It's like make peace with it, whether you want kids or not. But I'm telling you, Teen for Gunner 2026, because he's like, listen, I've had time to make peace with the fact that I may not have kids, right?
Mhm.
She's just getting used to it, so I have to be patient with her. And then he says, I trust that she will be honest with herself. Then
Mhm.
she'll be honest with me. And I'm just going to give her time to get there. I'm like, come
The
on, Gunner.
patience on this man. The
Come
patience on this
on.
man. Where like, because these, if this is like a serious conviction for him as it is, it would be very easy for him to go, would you fucking stop talking about what if we had kids? Our kids have such great emotional intelligence. Our genes, like, we're not gonna knock it off. Instead, he's like, look, she said herself, she didn't really ever consider not having kids. It's just always something that she thought would happen for her. And now she's kind of going through the, well, what does that mean if I don't? And it's taking her a little bit of time, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And so like he's handling this a lot better than he could. So yeah, good on him.
Or let's not
Oh.
forget he said, it's not going to last for long anyway, so I'm here for the ride. Is
Look,
that what
man,
it
I'm
is?
trying to get on Perfect Match UK, all right, or Perfect Match Germany. So let me just get out of this show. I'll show all my best qualities when she dumps me because I don't want to have kids. Then I get to be sympathetic, and my DMs are going to be flooded.
They still haven't kissed again, but they're being affectionate with each other. But at some point, they're by the pool in their robes. They're just eating fruit, I guess, or something. And good for her. She does make the first move because she knows like he's being respectful, like, hey, the ball is in your court. And then, she holds his head, moves it to her. They kiss, with the drone shots up above and the sea behind them. Doesn't really look like a passionate kiss, but we'll take it. We'll take anything
it
there.
counts.
And I'm like, this is my couple. We hope that they keep going and keep it going. So that's it for them. Luann and Jan, I don't like watching these two. It's painful for me. They're still awkward. She packed she said she packed like color conscious, and Mr. Insecure is like, oh, I feel so underdressed. I'm like, ugh. And then he says he's like Joe, where he's in the confessional, all of a sudden he knows what he's saying. He's like, I'm gonna struggle, with the spending time and picking up on the differences and all that. But Brian, they go swimming. Why does Jan got a body on him?
This dude is ripped to shreds.
Six pack and all.
Yeah, like he's got little like riblets on the side and stuff. I'm like, since when? When did this happen all of a sudden?
That's enough to be obnoxious in this world. Listen, you can be anything. Hold your head up, king.
Like what? If I walked around with that body, I would own 0 shirts. I guess I would have one in case I have to go to like a funeral or something like that, but I would have no other shirts in my collection.
No, honestly, you know how they always complain and they always say like, oh, I don't know how to match the voice to the... We've seen this man just insecure, crying, saying, I'm not good enough. And they were telling him like, stop it, stop doing that. And then you take off your clothes and that's what's underneath. How am I supposed to reconcile both? We're
like,
used to douches.
This is unkind. The way that he talked about himself, I would figure he'd have a body like Patrick. Just like a dad bod. Just like a soft dad bod. Not fat, but just like, I haven't been to the gym in 20 years. I used to be in shape. I eat now. Instead, he's like, no, I live in the gym. All I do is run. I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
I'm I'm like, wow. So what's the point of putting all that work if you're not going to be proud of what it is? Again, not to say like
Yeah.
your self-esteem is based solely on physical looks, but we are on Earth, and that's
Yeah.
usually how the
Well, and
world works.
Luann was damn near like Auga because she was like, "Oh, I can tell you work out a lot." It's like you know
Yeah.
she wanted to say something about it,
Yeah.
but he's like, "Oh no, put those boobs away."
And then she's like, yeah, I don't date people with six pack. Like, I'm not on that level. And then, I mean, I don't know. She describes herself as chubby. I'm not sure why, but yeah, she's like, yeah, I don't want to stand beside that, but we can work with it. That's cool. It's
Mhm.
okay. And then he does share with her that, yeah, I thought you'd be like conservative, like you would wear blouses and stuff. And she's like, yeah, no, not me.
Yeah, no, I'm very titties forward.
So the problem is Jan has built an image of what he thought Luann was, and also he
Mhm.
built an image of someone who can work around the periphery of his insecurity.
Yeah.
And she's just like, not me, you got the wrong one. Like, I will
Yep, I
wear
don't
what
wanna
I
do
want
that.
to wear. I would be out loud and, you know, the center of attention. So I don't know what you're thinking. And now he doesn't know how to put the two. He thought he would get like a timid, maybe fellow person who's insecure. And she's just like,
Yeah.
not me, I'm the wrong one. So,
Mhm.
but then she says, you know, maybe the more I date him, the more attractive he'll be.
Oh yeah. Oh god, the stranger things happen, I guess.
While he says, yeah, I don't think that Loanne will be my type, but I'm excited to see how I deal with this. I'm like, this sounds so promising.
You guys, this is a mess. I'll be shocked if they make it out of the honeymoon or out of the retreat.
Yeah. I don't have any words for Yasmin and Andy. They love each other. They're all over each other. I think she's trying to be slow on the physicality, I guess. There was a pillow
Mhm.
in between, but I don't know if it was a joke or not.
I thought
But
it was a joke because he had made a big deal about how yeah, like no touching before the marriage, blah blah blah,
yeah,
whatever. And I think in the pods he had been joking about like maybe he was a virgin or something like that, and he's like,
yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. I think he was just joking because later on we see them in the pool and we had a long lingering shot of her butt from the camera where she was like laying across him, and I'm like, okay, so they're trying to convince us that
that
these two are like really sexually on the same page. I'm not sure that they are, but it doesn't seem like he's really putting a line in the sand that says like we will not have any kind of sexual activity before the marriage.
I will say though, the production is very good on laying us where we were complaining about Denver, where they were not giving us confessionals or telling us what to think. This
Yep.
production is the opposite of that. They want to create a whole thing. That's why we thought that Jan was gonna break up and then he proposed. That's why we thought Josie and Jabril were getting along, and she's like, yeah, I don't have anything for you. It's just
Yep.
platonic. And we're
Platonic,
like,
buddy.
wait, what? So we keep being blindsided over and over. So yeah,
Mhm.
they're trying to tell us what to think. So finally it's Jabril and Wandi. We are getting weird music or clown music as we see her cozy up to him. And this man literally jumps up and jumps into the pool. Is like, don't
Yep.
touch me. I don't want to be here.
Yep.
So she says, you know what? I have decided to go for it. I am going to show him all the love that I feel. And I'm like, oh God, no. And when she's joking and she's like, yeah, I wonder, she says something and Jabril goes, I wonder what Constantine is doing. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
no.
what are we doing? Why is that your question?
Yeah, so she says, yeah, I can feel it. Like whatever energy I'm giving him, it is not being reciprocated. And Jabril is not here at all. And what does
No.
Jabril do when he's not here? He does what all the men usually do on these dating shows. He tells her what? I'm a slow burn.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to saying I love you. I think the only thing I was missing is I'm not affectionate. I don't do all that or whatever. I was like, sir,
Right.
we saw you in the pod. Stop lying. So,
And this is going to
yeah,
be so tough as her first boyfriend. Like, God, what a nightmare.
yeah, yep. And then she's like, yeah, we are completely different. So all you can see is her just yearning, and Jabril
Mhm.
just like defense, cha cha cha, D.
He's actively building a wall in their room with like bricks and mortar.
And it is nighttime, and Jabril and his unmoisturized lips, they were so dry.
Dry.
Tells us that he's not feeling what he wants to feel. And because he's not feeling that, he's an emotional mess. And that sometimes the heart doesn't want what the head does. And I'm like,
Yikes.
here we go again. And like I said earlier, I am giving him the benefit of the doubt. But I tell you, Brian, I am going to be double pissed if he sees Josie and he's like, Josie's more my type.
Yep. It's going to happen.
Because-
For sure it's going to happen. I guarantee it.
And
I know.
he sees Josie stick to Gunnar. Josie don't be like, this is what I need. This is what I want.
No, I don't think Josie's going to be swayed. I don't know why she's kind of weird toward Gunnar, but I do feel like she likes Gunnar and like wants to be with him. And I think that seeing Jabril's dangly earrings, she's going to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm straight.
Oh God, I hope
Keep them
so.
just over there.
Okay, I hope so. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So, I mean, we do know that they were getting ready to see each other. So I do believe that's what's going to happen, the next set of episodes, which we're going to cover and is going to come out next week. But I'm in on Germany season 2. Well done for the turnaround.
Yeah, this is good. This is not, I mean, I hope they keep the same momentum. I hope it's not like, it starts off great and then we get 3 episodes where it's just like kind of boring and then they slowly break up one after another amicably. Like I don't want that to happen. But we're off to an excellent start. This has been really good so far. I got the triangle and the rhombus that I wanted. Like things are going according to plan for what I would like for the season.
Yeah, I do kind of expect maybe 2 couples to end it. And that would be Luann and Jan and Jabril and Wendy. So
they should, yeah.
We shall see. Okay, always fun as always, Brian. Please tell people where they can find you.
Yep, you can listen to me at Maths Virgin. We are currently covering the what season is this? The Houston season of Maths, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, Brian.
I'm so messed up right now. Well, we took like 2 weeks off, and then I came back, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're covering this. We just got to the honeymoon and Gil and Myrla have still not kissed yet. So like they have gone to bed the first night of the honeymoon after Myrla complained about everything not being good enough for her and they're not touching. So that's where we are. The pacing of this season is killing me. I was spoiled by the Peacock season. I'm just like, we've been through so much shit and it's been 2 days. So you can listen to me at Maths Virgin, join our Facebook group, the Maths Virgin Fan Club. You can follow us on Instagram and Threads at Maths Virgin.
Okay. You guys know where to find me. You can find me on all the socials, Instagram, X, Threads. I live tweet my thoughts when I watch shows over there, and on Blue Sky at AutoCall MAFS. Please stay subscribed so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Like I said, I'm going to have a Traitors recap coming up. We're going to have part 2 for the next batch of episodes. And also, give me a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you're so inclined. And like I always say, if you don't like it, that is your right. But please tell your friends in the group chat. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you then. Bye.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.